All right, folks, obviously, I couldn't get no goddamn American AI program to animate my thumbnail. Hell no, there's like Trump pissing on Rob Reiner's grave. No, sirree, Dusty. So we're taking this motherfucker to China and seeing how the Chinese AIs do.
Hell yeah! You're watching The Dusty Show! Let's fucking go!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's motherfucking Monday night! And if you come to dine on some delicious conservative hypocrisy, let me hear you say it. Woo! Welcome, humanity, to the finest program ever created by another human being. You're watching The Dusty Show. Fuck yeah, thank you for joining me tonight. Easy. Got a great show for you guys. Not another packed Monday show. Gotta do what we do here tonight and kill it. So thank you for joining me. You're very smart. What the fuck you guys been up to? Hope you had a good weekend. Let me tell you what I did. Nothing productive, of course. Didn't write in my book. Not a goddamn word. I need to hurry the fuck up because I got that $100 a month Claude AI subscription. It's running the fuck out. I got to use that shit or lose it. I tell you what I did, though, folks. So, last show I told you guys about me watching Fantastic Four on my Apple Vision Pro headset, which I got for free. And pretty cool. 3D makes everything fucking better. And I was like, hey, what else they have on 3D on the Apple Vision Pro? Went up, looked up the fucking movies, and they're like, $20 each just to rent them. $20 to fucking rent a 3D movie. And I'm like, hell no, gotta be a better way to do this. And I'm like, hey, I got some other headsets around here, not the Apple Vision Pro. Apple Vision Pro is hard to pirate anything. They lock everything down in their little ecosystem. It sucks shit. I was like, I wonder if there's like a torrent site for 3D movies. I could just go download all the 3D movies. I wonder how they would look on my other VR headsets. I wonder if they'd be comparable to the Apple Vision Pro headset. And so this is not an ad, folks. I'm just sharing my life with you. This is what I found out. So I typed in the Google. I was like, 3D torrents. And this popped up. Boom! 3dtorrents.com. And I was like, hell yeah! That's right up my motherfucking alley. $10. You got to pay $10 to be a member. But it's only like a one-time fee. If you know what you're doing. As long as you keep your ratio up. And folks, it's fucking awesome. So they have these programs that turn regular shows and regular movies into 3D. And they're pretty fucking good. AI, basically, I guess it scans it frame by frame, and then it decides what's the background and what's the foreground, and then it splits it in two, adds 3D to it, and if somebody takes the time to do it correctly, it's just about as good as a real 3D movie shot for fucking 3D. And then I found Stranger Things, the new season. Some hero went through frame by frame of the new season of Stranger Things. Only 4 episodes so far. But man, they made it into an IMAX 3D movie, y'all. Finally, these kids are watchable. I almost feel like honored. Like there's probably only like 1,000 other people on Earth watching an IMAX 3D version of Stranger Things. It just feels fucking badass. So I no longer recommend Apple Vision Pro. If you guys have got a good computer to run it on, get yourself a good VR headset. Go sign up to this fucking website and get in the 3D rage. Like, I can see what the future's going to be like. In the future, all movies are going to be three-dimensional. They're going to be surrounding you. You're going to be right in the fucking middle of it. AI is going to be creating it all. It's going to be fucking simple as shit. But for now, it's pretty good. I'm not going to complain about it. That's all I got, folks. So let's go ahead and start the show off. As usual, Super Chats, lifeblood of the show, folks. I switched it. So the banner's not going to be up anymore. Sometimes I forget, leave that fucking banner up. Everybody's like, I hate the Super Chats banner. Quit your whining, sluts. Just donate anyway. I found a way to get rid of it. It's not going to be up anymore. But if you're watching the replay, aim your camera phone at the QR code right above my head, folks. And my fucking ear's clicking for some fucking reason. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this thing. And go to my PayPal. Hook me up with some PayPal. Great way to support the show. And also, Super Chats behind me. There is a dollar sign right over here. Boom. And click on it. And you donate, and I'll read your words at halftime. Super Chats, that's how it works. You'll figure it out. You're very smart. Let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. Gonna start off with some fucking sad news. But it gives me an opportunity to rag on Republicans for their immense hypocrisy. Which, you know, it's a day that ends in a fucking Y, so that's all they fucking do. So gonna do a little bit of Rob Reiner I didn't put this up at the top, but here we go. Poor old Rob Reiner, y'all. Got pissed on by Donald Trump, famous actor slash director, writer, Rob Reiner. Seemed like a pretty cool dude. Found dead, unfortunately, yesterday. Found dead as shit. Stabbed to death. Rob Reiner, director, and his wife found murdered. The award-winning Hollywood actor and director and his wife, Michelle, were found dead in their home on Sunday in Los Angeles. I'm sure you guys already heard about this. You know all about this. But if you don't remember who Rob Reiner is, let's just do a little trip down memory lane. He was the guy that did Spinal Tap. Both Spinal Taps, just to the new one. Not my favorite, to be honest with you. He did The Sure Thing. Don't think I've ever fucking seen that one. I did see Stand By Me. That's Stephen King. I saw that one. Oh, Princess Bride, one of my fucking favorites. Inconceivable! And this whole thing is very conceivable, to be honest with you. Harry Met Sally. I didn't like it. Misery, another Stephen King. He loved some Stephen King. A Few Good Men. I love me A Few Good Men. Not the movie, but anyway. Then he did The Bucket List. I didn't like that one either. Anyway. He was Meathead. Back on old Archie Bunker. Remember that shit? All in the family. Been around for fucking ever. Son killed him, apparently. So here's what happened. Here's what I heard. Last night, or the night before last, they had some kind of Christmas party. Conan O'Brien threw. And their train wreck of a son was there. And then Bill Hader, you know who Bill Hader is? He's the guy that stars in Barry. Used to be on Saturday Night Live. Real good actor. Apparently, he was having a conversation, and this dumbass walks up and barges into his conversation. And Bill Hader politely responds, dude, this is a private conversation. And so this crazy asshole stares at Bill Hader, just gives him the evil eye for like a minute, and then storms off. And so, of course, his dad was embarrassed. Everybody was embarrassed because this dude's probably clearly on fucking drugs or drunk or some shit. So I'm guessing they got in a fight about it afterwards. And so the dude sliced his dad and his mom's throat. So horrible, fucking horrible. What a terrible goddamn way to start the goddamn week. But, of course, that's not stopping the conservatives. First off, I know you're wondering, how they going to blame trans people for this? Well, you know, life finds a way. They're like, Rib Reiner's son was trans. Yes, he was trans, according to this thing I just made up, pulled directly out of my motherfucking ass. So trans, of course. Not true, but it doesn't matter, folks. They have to blame trans people on everything. They literally get paid by Elon Musk to blame trans people. So par for the course. And then, needless to say, the hate started immediately. There is no love like Christian love. Seems a little bit like hate if you read into it, but immediately they were shitting all over Rob Reiner, all over the fucking internet. Let me share a few of these with you. He died from late-stage Trump derangement syndrome. The wife was killed by the son. Nah, fuck him. He celebrated Kirk being murdered. He actually didn't. He was actually very kind and thoughtful about the whole situation and thought it was terrible. He in no way celebrated Charlie Kirk's death, but the truth doesn't matter in modern times. Looks like karma is a bitch. I'm done feeling sympathy for animals that want conservatives dead. I mean, aren't you an animal that wants liberals dead? Karma strikes again. More Los Angeles failure. When your kids hate you, you failed as a parent. What a terrible family. Don't like seeing anyone die, but that guy was a garbage human being. He was a child sex trafficking pedophile regular at Epstein Island and hid behind his power. He was mentally ill, probably went postal. At least he died doing what he loved. This dude hated America. He hated Trump. Do you think he would say anything nice if something happened to Trump or his family? Hell no. This guy hated America. He hated Trump. He was mentally sick, twisted. Good riddance to pedo leftist trash. He put nothing but hate out into the world. His own son brought it back to him this evening. Bear with me, folks. There's so many of these, but this illustrates my next point in the next section. So let's go through a few of them. This is why I'll sleep soundly tonight, knowing leftist pieces of shit pedophile died painfully at the hands of his child victim. I don't want the high road. I want a road and world free of all leftists. Rest in piss, Rob Reiner. You're in hell where you belong. Here's Rob Reiner helping overthrow the United States government. with the Russian collusion narrative garbage. Hollywood scourge activists, these people are sick. Sorry for his death, however, I must say Archie was right. He was a meathead. Why would we be sorry for a demon is gone? People need to wake up. So many of these, folks. I didn't have to look very hard for them. In fact, I had to stop looking for them. There was so much to choose from. I was like, I'll be here all fucking night. I wish there was a video of Rob gurgling on his own blood. Should have been better parents. Well, MAGA's not mourning a hater. He made some good films, but he was a horrible person. One less liberal hack. And his TDS on X has one less hater. Good riddance to that vile POS. They raised an entitled man-child that ultimately took them out, one less libtard. Wait, nope, not here. Nope, not there either. Oh, well, looks like I'm out of give a fucks for dead liberoids. Boo fucking who? He should have worried more about his fucking son than Trump, and he wouldn't be stabbed to death. Karma is a bitch. Oops, karma is a son with a knife. One less douche. Sorry about his wife, but she probably also hated half of America. Empathy, none. Sympathy, none. Give a shits, none. Who gives a fuck? Liberals in mourning. I think it was a good morning. Get over it. Sitting oh no's. And anyways, well, when you looky there, all these years meathead pushed for gun control when in fact he should have been pushing for knife control. Here's some more from the right-wing cope accounts. Just gotta say it. I don't give a flying fuck about Rob Reiner or his wife. You spew hate and division. Honestly, glad he's gone. See ya. I'm glad Rob Reiner is dead. He's a fat piece of shit and deserves such a painful death. So lunatic Rob Reiner, Looney Dim, raised a loony kid who killed him in the end. The dim hate spreads in families. As a President Trump and MAGA supporter, I'd tell Rob, if he were still around, that he's just a hateful piece of shit. The vitriol and hate he spewed exposes him for who he really is. Did he drive his son to murder with his poisonous tongue and hateful words? Probably. Yeah, probably. He deserved it, y'all. It's good that he died, according to these people. I'm glad Rob Reiner is dead. He's a fat piece of shit. I think I already read that one, but there's so fucking many, folks. It's hard to keep track of them. There's nothing sweeter than watching karma do its job. And, of course, Laura Loomer, who is a major figure in Trump's White House, she literally guides a lot of our public policy in between the blowjobs and the swallowing of Trump's semen. She tells him who to fire, what to fucking do, and he does it. We've had many reported cases of this. So these are just not nobodies. These are major personalities in the MAGA movement. Says, psychosis is a real thing. Rob Reiner had a level of TDS that likely exuded a level of craziness around those he spent time with. Many people have crazy kids, have psychiatric issues themselves, and went on to further denigrate him. That's not her. Here it is. Rob Reiner was a loser. Naturally, his son was also a loser. And he got addicted to drugs and allegedly murdered his parents. Looks like Rob should have spent more time parenting and less time spreading Russian conspiracy hoaxes about the president. I stand with President Trump. Yeah, no shit. You kneel for President Trump. Swallow that semen. And then, folks, you might be wondering. Well, let me read a couple more. All right, there's so fucking many. Is it true that Rob Reiner is now a good commie? How fast does Amazon deliver confetti poppers? I'm not going to be the bigger person, so this is Enrique Tarrio, a former leader of the Proud Boys and a guy who was pardoned by Donald Trump. So yes, major figures in the MAGA movement. So lunatic Rob Reiner, Looney Dim, raised a loony kid who killed him in the end. The dim hate spreads in families. I think I read that one too. I'm glad Rob Reiner is dead. I hate Hollywood. I hate everybody in it and what they did to America. Everything that made America great, they just destroyed. They hate America. They hate white people. I'm glad his white son killed him. I hope his son was transgender or some fucking racial equity progressive. I hope a lot more Democrat elites have similar situations happen to them. Today is a great day for humanity. Fuck Rob Reiner and his whole family. So, it's not just shitting on dead leftists, though, folks. That's really the least of conservatives' problems. As I pointed out time and time again on the show, something like 80% of political violence is done by the right. In fact, 22 targets of Donald Trump recently got death threats. People he shit on in public, people he's threatened to primary. His cult members go out there and swat them, send them death threats. So really, saying shitty things about Rob Reiner is the least of their problems. They're way, way, way fucking more violent than that. But you might be wondering, how are they going to twist this entire situation? How are they going to use Rob Reiner's death to shit on the left? Well, obviously they found a fucking way. They're all on the goddamn same playbook. It's wild to see how quickly they all get on the same page and say the exact same fucking shit. So as usual, they decided just to fucking gaslight. They got to gaslight the shit out of us, folks. And here's yesterday. Today, it's a completely different type of gaslighting, but yesterday, my entire front timeline was nothing but them claiming that the right would never make fun of somebody who was killed. They would never make fun of somebody who was murdered. No matter how big of a leftist they are, it would just never fucking happen because they are classy. Unlike the left, the vile, hateful, evil left, they would never stoop to that level. First off, the most boring human on the planet, Brett Weinstein. Notice that the American right is not celebrating Rob Reiner's murder. I did not notice that. In fact, I noticed quite the opposite. It's almost like you're in some kind of bubble or you're a fucking liar, I guess. I see post after post honoring his remarkable contribution. Yeah, but not really, right? You got half of them shitting all over him, and then the other half is lying and claiming that nobody is shitting on him. Here's a whole smattering of them. You won't see conservatives celebrating this because we are not soulless demons like many on the left. Really? You sure about that? We may not cry over it, but we won't be celebrating it. Only you guys are pretty heavily celebrating it, I must observe. Jack Piece of Shimmick, keep this one in mind. This is going to come back later to illustrate their hypocrisy. You won't see people on the right celebrating the horrific murder of Rob Reiner and his wife compared to the last reaction to Charlie Kirk's murder. Yeah, you never see it, folks. Never going to happen. Who you going to believe? Him or your own lying eyes? Remember when Charlie Kirk was killed? Who? And the left celebrated? Rob Reiner is dead. I'm not celebrating. See how easy that is? Yeah, it's so easy just to be a decent person. Hey, we would never follow anybody who wasn't classy and decent like we are. Whatever happened, I will never celebrate Rob Reiner's death. Celebrating death is reserved for the Bin Ladens and Hitlers of the world. Republicans are not hypocrites, and we won't celebrate the death of someone over their ideology or free speech. We are better than that. Are you, though? I want to do the Thor meme. Really? You sure about that? Because I'm not. I'm pretty sure the opposite's true. Here's more. Worth noting, says Chicago One Right, even though the 77.3 million Americans who voted for Trump didn't care for the way Rob Reiner talked about Trump on X. One thing you won't see us doing is celebrating the way he and his wife were murdered by their own son, like Lucy Martinez did about Charlie Kirk. Yeah, we never see that. That would never happen. You guys definitely wouldn't worship a man who shit all over Rob Reiner and made fun of his death, would you? That would never happen. Joey Salads. As you can see, the right doesn't celebrate the death on the left. No, actually, I cannot see that, Joey Salads. You might want to stop tossing that salad and get your head out of your boyfriend's ass and pay attention. If Rob Reiner is dead, I will offer condolences, not celebrate his death like they do on the left. And once again, folks, it's amazing how quickly they all get on the same page. They call us NPCs. Yet they go on their timeline, they see what Elon Musk is paying them to write, and they all write exactly the same thing, to twist it, to make it about them, to shit on the left. So classy, aren't they? I just want to say I'm proud to be among the classy folks. They give their condolences despite disagreeing with someone politically. This is the side of history I want to be on. Well done, MAGA. Yeah, well done, MAGA. If there's one thing I know about Donald Trump's MAGA movement, is that they would never shit on Rob Reiner's death. Classy as the day is long, the MAGAs. Here's one from Sarah Fields. I haven't seen anyone on the right say anything ugly about Rob Reiner. Also, I have not looked. I didn't agree with him politically, but he gave us the Princess Bride, and I will always be thankful. The left's fake outrage is actually causing negativity to be thrown on his name. Yeah, it's the left being hypocritical here, isn't it? It's the left doing fake outrage. When Charlie Kirk was killed, liberals cheered. If Rob Reiner has met his demise, conservatives won't celebrate. We may not have agreed with his political views and bizarre rants, but we'll send our thoughts and prayers for his family and those he may have left behind. I mean, you'll pretend to. You'll lie about it, that's for sure. Just then, Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were reportedly killed by their son Nick Reiner. I didn't care for his politics, but this is a terrible tragedy. He didn't deserve that. See? That's not so hard to say. Democrats, yeah, Democrats, you fucking pieces of shit. You see what it's like to be classy and worship Donald Trump, our fucking hero, the classiest human on the face of the planet. Wait for it. I know you guys already know what's coming. Desiree, Rob Reiner was a loud voice for the left. I didn't agree with him. See, they're all saying exactly the same shit. It's worded slightly differently, but it's just a bunch of fucking NPCs, a bunch of brain-wormed, addled cult members just repeating the same line over and over and over again. One thing you will find out today, we don't kick people when they are down or gone. We don't act like them. When our side loses someone, the left turns it into a party. We just pay our respects and move on. Class is not a common trait. That's right, class is not common at all. That's why we worship Donald Trump. That's why he's my president. This is what I voted for. Classy! Classy! You only wish him well, his family well, and thoughts and prayers. If you're classy, MAGA like us. And of course, Bob Temple. Johnny on the spot to spread this narrative and meme, y'all. He wants all of you guys to know the right MAGA would never shit on Rob Reiner for dying. They're better than that, y'all.
Yesterday, the news broke that legendary Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife were found dead. News is now trickling out. It appears the latest update. It's being reported that they were killed by their own son and that they had their throats slit in a heated argument. This is a horrifying story and absolute tragedy. Rob Reiner was a notorious liberal political activist, and certainly many people on the right, many conservatives, were very critical of him. But right now we're seeing that important contrast that separates the worldview of the left and the right.
Aren't we?
I'm not sitting here to say that it's...
Oh, such a contrast in worldview! Proof! The two sides are completely different. The right would never shit on this guy for dying, folks. Never in a million years, says funded by Russians, Bald Temple. Always wrong. So he puts out that video not 5 goddamn minutes later. The next thing you know, Donald Trump. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. That's right, folks. He was killed because he hated Donald Trump. Believe it. Although this is a wild take because if this is true, Donald Trump, are you saying that a Trump supporter killed Rob Reiner for speaking out against you? Are you saying this is right-wing terrorists, another MAGA cult member doing violence in your name? Is that really the take you're giving on this, Donald Trump? Seems weird, but I guess if the president doesn't know, no one would, so I guess I'll just take Trump's word for it. Sometimes referred to as TDS, he was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. That's right. He brought it upon himself by being crazy and hating Donald Trump's oopsies. So sorry you were deranged and got yourself killed for it, Rob Reiner. So, you know, it's Trump. So, piece of fucking shit. As low as you can possibly get, as classless as you can possibly fucking get. We know this is going to happen, folks. Humiliating his fellow cult members in MAGA who went to bat, promising us, gaslighting us that none of this would ever happen. Then he doubled down on it today, went public and said this.
President, a number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner.
Deranged! He was a deranged lunatic. Destroyed his career by hating on me, says President Donald Trump. And then, guys, you're going to be shocked. But something happened. Suddenly, all these members of MAGA changed their opinion. Suddenly, it wasn't bad to shit on Rob Reiner. Suddenly, it was actually good. President Trump is a realist. Rob Reiner was not a good person. His Trump derangement syndrome has been on full display for almost a decade now. His vile comments and pure hatred will never be forgotten. Those who scream the loudest have the most to lose. Rob Reiner did very bad things. Perfect response, they said of Trump's tweet. You shouldn't show respect to people who want you dead, even after they die. Anyone on the right who argues otherwise is addicted to losing. Just become a priest. It's more honest. Here's Jack, piece of shit, Vic. Remember, he was like, the right would never do this. The right would never make fun of somebody for dying. Now he's like, what Trump posted was a dire warning about making TDS your entire life. Yeah, hey, the bullshit Trump posted about hating Trump had something to do with the guy's murder. Something that's obviously not fucking true in any way whatsoever. It's a good thing Trump called him out for this lie he just made up, said the people of fucking nothing. Here are my thoughts on this, and most of you aren't going to like it. For any other politician that's politically correct and doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, this would have been unacceptable. Trump has been shot, other attempts on his life. Indicted by leftist weirdos in multiple states, called a Nazi by actual fascists on the left, impeached twice, dragged through the mud by the elites, and still became president of the United States. One of my favorite things about President Trump is that he is not politically correct. He doesn't care about your feelings, and he judges everyone's character accordingly. Like it or not, what Trump did was one of the most honest reactions of a sitting president ever. No fake love, no insincere wishes, just brutal honesty. Whether you think he was right or wrong is irrelevant. Yeah, fuck your thoughts and your moral backbone. He kept it real, and we should all respect that, especially as fake as other politicians are, who use their power for themselves, just every one of them, flip-flopping. What kind of cult member are you if you don't back up the cult leader regardless of what the fuck he does, no matter what you said 5 minutes ago? The point Trump is making in his post is that Rob was captured by obsessive hatred. It corrupts the soul and permeates to those around you. That is the correct lesson that should be taken from this. Yes, Trump is so right in shitting on Rob Reiner. Another from Jack piece of shit, Big. For all the people attacking Trump's post, Rob Reiner deserved it because he attacked Rush Limbaugh when he died. So forget what I said before about no conservative would or should attack Rob Reiner. He's fair game, baby. Attack him like there's no tomorrow. The crazy thing is, like, all of his tweets are still up. All the contradicting tweets are still up, but it doesn't matter because there's no comeuppance for the conservative community. They can say two opposite things and different threads, and their fan base will still support them. They'll never call it out. They don't give a shit, right? The president does not see the need to offer kindness to those who wish him dead or those who conspire to see him dead. This is very ungracious, yes, but Trump has earned this. If there is such a thing, it will be up to the rest of us to offer grace. That's fine. That's right. It's a completely different rule book for Donald Trump, okay? What Trump does, you can't hold it against him or us. We're not hypocrites just because we worship this guy doing the exact opposite of what we swear our side does. I will say this for the 1,000th time. Trump needs to fire every single advisor. This is what I love about Trump supporters. He's a god man. He's the best among us. He's the best president ever, a certified fucking genius. And also, he's not responsible for anything he says or anything he fucking does. He's a child who is led around by his fucking nose, by his advisors. And they should be fired for everything he does wrong. Trump needs to fire every single advisor and never write his own post for social media again. We all know that Reiner was a deranged leftist, but the guy was just murdered by his own child. This is not funny. That's right. Fire his consultants, fire his advisors. But he is not responsible at all, folks. He is above reproach. And then, of course, videos like this from the best among us.
All right, guys.
Let's just skip to the end.
Somebody who absolutely fucking hated him, right? I can understand.
Can you?
Why he would feel the need to make that tweet.
I bet you can.
I don't understand this. Right? I don't. Right? So, I don't know. Maybe if y'all want on the left, like if y'all want Trump to stop being such a cunt, maybe don't be fucking demons.
That's
again,
right.
like,
It's fine. It's fine that our president acts like a giant sack of shit. You guys are responsible. Hey, Trump is not responsible for anything he does, okay? You are to blame. The man has never made a mistake. He is a god of fucking monkus. And whatever you think that he's done wrong, look in the mirror because that's you, motherfucker. Spoken like true cult members, but hey, it is a fucking cult, obviously. But at least our hypocrisy is super easy to make fun of. So thank you guys for your service. And that is my Rob Reiner section. Nice long one. Had to set the board on that one from beginning to end. It was a lot to go through, but it needed to be done. So thanks. Inbred neck, yep. Super tough guy. We're also scared. Cult leader, okay, no problem. Anyone else? Yep. Different set of standards. Delicious, delicious hypocrisy this week. And all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next section, folks. Get your super chats in. We're going to do 2 more sections. We're going to do Trash World, followed by the economy, and then halftime. And then we got another big second half coming up. But for now, if you know the words, go ahead and sing along. It's time for Trash World. It's a trash world. It's a dumpster fire, and it's hellish. A trash world. A trash world. Everything sucks all the goddamn time in the trash world. So, terrible fucking weekend. Huge terrorist attack over in Australia at Bondi Beach. Very rare mass shooting because Australia has common sense gun laws, so these things almost never fucking happen. But it looked like a case of Muslim terrorism. They opened fire on a Jewish celebration. At least 12 people were killed by gunmen who targeted a Jewish celebration at Sydney Bondi Beach on Sunday in what the authorities called a terrorist attack. Some crazy footage. This guy went over and jerked the gun away from one of the terrorists. But he didn't shoot the guy, he didn't kill him. And so the terrorist ran off and rearmed himself to shoot other people. But a very heroic and brave move here. Dude runs over, grabs the gun from him, throws him down. I don't know why this is so small. Let me go over to YouTube. Make it bigger. There we go. Runs over, grabs the gun from him, throws it to the ground. It doesn't shoot him. It's real hard to take a life, though, especially if you're not like a psychopathic terrorist. So I can understand why the guy didn't do it. The guy has got like $300,000 in donations so far, but a lot of people on the right are shitting on him for not killing this guy. Bunch of tough guys, but you don't know what it's like sitting face to face with somebody looking them in the eye. It's very hard to take a life, like I said, unless you're just a murderer. And crazy fucking footage, y'all. For 11 minutes, they sat up on this bridge just firing. You guys see this crazy shit? Filmed from multiple angles. So, once again, completely horrible, unacceptable in every fucking way. Now, I don't know why these guys did it. I can speculate it had something to do with Israel's genocide of the Palestinian people. But this does not help anything. This doesn't save a single Palestinian person's life. This doesn't make their situation any better. It only makes it worse. It only helps Zionists with their persecution complex. Because this is real persecution, real anti-Semitism, real hatred, real fucking violence. The opposite of exactly what you fucking need to do. going after innocent people. Doesn't help their cause, doesn't help your cause, doesn't help any fucking body. It only makes things incredibly fucking worse. You could not be hurting the Palestinian people more if you were actually an agent of Israel doing this on purpose to hurt them. I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying it's fucking like that. It's like you're working for Israel because you're doing nothing but making them more sympathetic. So fuck these people. It was a father and son. The dad died. The son, I think, got shot and is in fucking custody. So, folks, let me not make any bones about it. These people are terrorists. They're 100% responsible for fucking this. But there are other people. I guess they're not. When you say they're 100% responsible, there are other people that are also responsible. This is why so many Jewish people have spoken out against the genocide of the Palestinian people, against the Zionist terrorism. Because it does not make Jews safer. It makes you fucking less safe in every goddamn possible way, right? This is why I, who love my fellow Jewish brothers and sisters, my non-Zionist Jewish brothers and sisters, why I fight so hard against the genocide of the Palestinian people, the ethnic cleansing, because I don't want any harm to come to my Jewish brothers and sisters, and the genocide is putting them in danger. It's very, very predictable that if you genocide a whole fucking bunch of people, that some of that shit might blow back from crazy people on innocent Jews. And we don't want to fucking see that. That's why we speak up, and that's why fine Jews across the goddamn world speak up against this. This fucking horror, this terrorism. So, let's place the blame where the blame belongs, these guys, but also the people riling up these crazy people with their mass genocide and child murders, right? They put Americans in danger. They put other Jews in danger. They put all of us in fucking danger. These terrorists are my enemy, but also the terrorists doing the child murders and the genocide in Israel are also my enemy. But this is how the right is spinning this on social media. They always have the dumbest fucking takes. Australia has some of the strictest gun laws in the world. It didn't stop the massacre. I mean, it has stopped like 1,000 times the massacres that we have in our country. So, yes, like 1 in 30 years compared to ours, like 30 a month. Yeah, it seems to be doing a pretty fucking good job. You guys are so stupid. By the numbers, yeah. 12.9 in America. I guess that's per 100,000, and 0.90 in Australia. So, yeah, their gun laws do seem to be helping, if you like math at all. Of course, Benjamin Netanyahu blamed the Australian Prime Minister because he tried to advocate for a two-state solution in Palestine. Because, yeah, hey, if you don't want the Palestinian people to be genocided, to be murdered, to be ethnically cleansed, you are responsible for this, even though the opposite is true. He is the one who made those Jewish people's lives less safe. He is the one that should be taking responsibility, but conservatives never take responsibility for anything. It's always somebody else's fault. Then, not to be undone, America had their own mass shooting. I think there's up to 3 dead now. Some guy walked into Brown University with a handgun, shot 40 different times. He murdered at least one young conservative white girl and one young brown, I believe he's a Muslim man. And I think a second white girl is now dead. Multiple people were confirmed shot at Brown University on Saturday afternoon after at least one gunman opened fire. Though details remain scarce, as of early evening, 12 news crew on the scene witnessed clothing and blood, so I think 3 are dead now. But don't worry, folks. We have the finest police minds in the world on it. Meritocracy rules, and Cash Patel is all over this motherfucker. Cash Patel is like an update on the FBI response at Brown University. FBI Boston established a command post to intake, develop, and analyze leads and run them to ground. We activated the FBI cellular analysis survey team to provide critical geolocation capabilities. As a result, early this morning, FBI Boston Safe Street Task Force with assistance has detained a person of interest based off a lead. They got this motherfucker. Woo! Fuck yeah! Cash Patel is a badass motherfucker. And conservatives were cheering for our Chief Meritocracy FBI lead. Just in, Cash Patel, FBI moves so fast and hard. in the Brown University mass shooting. They already got a motherfucker. This is how it's done. Precision, speed, coordination, the best among us. That's why Donald Trump picked him, y'all. Only the best for America. Hails to the Yale. And then I know you're probably thinking, Dusty, how are they going to blame this on trans people? You know they're going to. They can't help themselves, folks. Nobody has ever been more obsessed with trans people than modern day conservatives. They just sit around all day long thinking about trans people's genitalia, blaming them for fucking everything. Next thing you know, breaking. Transgender Brown University Rhode Island shooter Benjamin Erickson was registered to vote as a member of the Green DC Statehood Party, according to voting records and his LinkedIn profile. Trans! He's trans! I knew it! I knew this motherfucker going to be trans, y'all. We all knew what was happening. Trans people were responsible for 100% of the murders in our society. Breaking Boston University Rhode Island mass shooter Benjamin Erickson, who goes by they, them pronouns, becomes the latest in a growing list of transgender individuals who have committed violent mass shootings. That's right, Joe Rogan. Just going to believe this. Going to be talking about it on his show tomorrow to the largest podcast audience in the world. Another terrorist trans shooter. That makes like 30 in a row. They're psycho, y'all. We have to outlaw trans people. Popular right-wing influencer Gunther Eagleman developing on Brown University shooter. Person of interest. Benjamin Erickson listed interest on LinkedIn in gender equity, refugee and migrant support, civil rights, animal welfare, and progressive causes. That piece of shit! What an asshole! Caring about animals and civil rights. Obviously, he's a terrorist, y'all. We can all see where that's fucking going. So, you guys are gonna laugh. Apparently, Kash Patel got the wrong person. He got the wrong motherfucking person. Of course he did. Police release suspect in Brown UMass shooting. Oh my God, he's so feckless at his fucking job. Breaking the person of interest detained in connection with yesterday's deadly shooting at Brown University has been released hours after Kash Patel posted about the detention and took credit for it. So last I heard, the actual shooter is still at large and they haven't caught him yet. Let's see if that's been updated. I haven't seen any update on that. So not trans, I guess, but don't worry, folks. I'm sure when they find the real person, somehow he's going to end up being non-binary or trans or gay or something. Just believe me, they're going to find some way to link him to trans people. Meanwhile, this is how they're spinning it in the other direction. This is about conservative violence, y'all. Left-wing on conservative violence. Once again, the left is trying to kill all conservatives. James Woods, Johnny on the spot, to use this tragedy to sell out the lefties and to try to stir up violence and hatred towards them. They will keep assaulting and murdering conservative Americans until we are wiped out or start fighting back. That's right. You better start fighting back. I mean, yeah, James Woods has no idea who this person was, what their motive was, nothing whatsoever. But you guys better just assume they're coming after all conservatives and fight back. You guys better do the violence before they kill you. And breaking, Brown University victim identified as Ella Cook, 19, VP of the Republican Club. Once again, we have no evidence, no information about why the shooting took place. William Branson. If people thought I became radical after we lost Charlie, they're really not going to like me now. There's 300 college Republican chapters in our organization. Every single member is family to me. I just lost a sister, and I'm really fucking pissed off. The left wants us dead. There's no energy left in me to talk anymore. That's right. Time for violence. We have no idea who did this or why, but let's go out and kill some lefties because of it. That's what they really want, folks. And they'll probably get their wish. Wouldn't be surprised to see more right-wing violence towards the left this week in retaliation for this, because they don't give a shit, folks. That's what they get paid for. Elon Musk pays them to lie on Twitter and spread hatred and violence and tearing our whole country apart. But that is the fucking point, right? That is why oligarchs push so much money out towards these people. Whatever it takes to keep us at each other's throats instead of fighting the real battle we need to be fighting, which is the class war. And all right, folks, I got one more section coming up, and then we're going to be at halftime. So get your super chats in. Fuck yeah, do it to it. If you're watching the replay, aim your camera phone. I didn't get no PayPals the last show, so hopefully you guys will make up for that. Also, you can do Cashapp. That's on there. Lots of ways to support the world's greatest show if you want to. HBO, hook a brother up. But for now, moving on, going to do a real quick.
It's the economy, stupid!
I really got to fix that. And first off, it's in the economy, stupid. I covered this, I think, a week ago. But here's a nice little news segment pointing out everybody getting fucked over by Trump in Nebraska. Who'd you guys vote for?
A Trump-friendly town in Nebraska is feeling the weight of the president's economic policies. Joining us, MS Now national reporter Rosa Flores, who's in Lexington, Nebraska. What exactly is going on there?
You know, Katie, have you ever been in a place where you can just feel the pain and the anxiety? That's what it feels like being here in Lexington, Nebraska. This is a town of under 11,000 people, and 3,200 will lose their jobs on January 20th when the Tyson plant in town closes. People have described to me what's happening here by using the words catastrophe, crisis, the feeling of being collateral damage, hurt, anxiety, agony. I mean, just such powerful words because of what's happening here. The street that you see behind me is a vibrant business district. I've talked to some of the owners.
Eat your cat food and die, idiots. Nobody can help you, right? No lessons will be learned. Most of you, if Trump illegally, unconstitutionally ran for a third term, you'd still fucking vote for him, right? So who gives a shit, right? Less money for you and your stupid fucking kids. Hopefully all your genetics die out and then no more fucking you. Yes, I mean it. Fuck every Trump supporter. Meanwhile, the Veteran Affairs to eliminate 35,000 healthcare jobs because fuck veterans and fuck healthcare. The Department of Veteran Affairs plans to abruptly eliminate as many as 35,000 healthcare positions this month. Mostly unfilled jobs, including doctors, nurses, and support staff, according to an internal memo. They really love the fucking soldiers, don't they? Support our troops. God bless you guys. It's all a big sick fucking joke. But hey, most of the troops voted for them, so fuck you guys too, right? You guys don't deserve healthcare either. You're all too stupid to live, so just die. And then, folks, as always, they just gonna lie their way through this incredibly horrible economy. They won't release the job reports. They won't release the inflation numbers. And every day, the fake number they say has been invested in our country goes up and up and up. Today, it's $18 trillion.
To an extent, because without the November 5th election, you would have had a president that didn't have the courage to use tariffs the way they should be used.
You're so great, Trump.
Because of the tariffs, we've taken in more than think of this, $18 trillion. There's never been anything like it. As to an extent,
yeah, he's right. There has never been anything like it, and there still isn't. Just so we're clear, the U.S. imports about $4.2 trillion in goods and services annually in total. All country exports of goods to all other countries each year is only $25 trillion. Trump is proving his brain is mush, claiming $18 trillion in tariffs, but he's not. He's just lying, right? He's just outright lying. He literally knows the people that listen to him can't do math. They can't tell 18 million from 18 billion from 18 trillion. So he can literally just say anything. I don't know why he's stopping there. Today we took in $20 Brazilian, gazillion Brazilian big old booty dollars. The best, most delicious big booty dollars you ever saw, folks. But whatever. You guys voted for the felon, so you don't deserve to be told the truth about anything, I guess. And remember, he was going to fix it on day one, folks. It was going to be so easy. He cannot believe Joe Biden hasn't fixed it. Going to bring the cost way down of everything to be way more affordable. Day one. Now we're a year into his presidency. Here's his new take on the subject.
To Europe, they went to Mexico, Japan. They went all over. They went to South Korea. And now it's just the opposite. They're all coming back. We have an age that's coming up, the likes of which I don't think this country has never seen. And I just look so forward to the results. You're going to see results in 6 months to a year. I think you'll see results. We've never had anything like it.
That's right, folks. Just another 6 months to a year, maybe a year. And finally, you're going to see some results. Just hang in there, you fucking idiots. And of course, in 6 months to a year, when it doesn't happen, Joe Biden just left me in such a fucking mess. AI AI's taking everybody's jobs. I don't control AI. It's Joe Biden and AI. I'm not responsible for anything. Just wait longer, folks. Another year. Just give me another year. Everything's going to be so fucking beautiful. But, yep. So stupid. But, hey, I guess it works. I guess he can tell his cult members anything and they'll fucking believe it. So, he's still got like a 40% approval rating, y'all. That's how crazy this shit is. 40% of motherfucking Americans still support this guy. So, he knows he can just say anything. He knows it doesn't matter. And this is how X works, folks. They pay. These are not bots, I guess, but they're the human equivalent of bots. All they do is repeat the same things over and over again because Elon pays them to do it. Gunther Engelman and both Eric Daughtry, two very popular right-wing accounts. Because of the tariffs, we've taken in $18 trillion. Of course, that's not true. There's never been anything like it. The Biden admin took in less than $1 trillion in 4 years. We took in more than $18 trillion in 10 months. That's good. And exactly the same message from both of them because they just copy and paste, y'all, while they call you an NPC. Meanwhile, whatever they can do to fuck over the worker, that's the playbook. That's the plan. They hate you, folks. Trump admin moves to dissolve TSA union contract. The Transportation Security Administration said Friday it is dissolving a union contract covering the agency's baggage screeners at airports nationwide. Basically, they're saying it's a matter of national security, y'all. You can't have a union because it puts our country in danger. So fuck you. Fuck the workers. No collective bargaining for you. It says, Secretary Kristi Noem on September 29th said that screeners are primarily focused on national security and that union representation is inconsistent with efficient stewardship of taxpayer dollars and impedes the agility required to secure the traveling public. They'll just say this about anything, folks. If they want to destroy any union, they'll just claim it's a national security issue. And then it's done. It's over. No more unions for you, folks. Hey, aren't you patriots? Don't you want to make less money for America? You guys don't hate the country, do you? And this is how the game is played, y'all. The oligarchs don't give a shit about you. They've already dismantled every consumer protection agency that's meant to help you and me from con artists and scam people on purpose. Because when you voted for the felon, you voted for all the felons. Obviously, they don't want any watchdogs, anybody that can hold them accountable. So they all have to be eliminated. And it's people like not Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, who has very heavily funded the Trump administration, very heavily pushed him to eliminate any of the watchdogs, any of the consumer protection organizations. And this is why, folks, because they're making literally billions of dollars off scamming Americans. Last year, Meta had to reckon with an ugly conclusion about its Chinese advertising customers. They were defrauding Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp users worldwide. Though China's authoritarian government bans use of social media by its citizens, Beijing lets Chinese companies advertise to foreign customers and consumers on the globe-spanning platforms. As a result, Meta's advertising business was thriving in China, ultimately reaching over $18 billion in annual sales in 2024, more than a tenth of the company's global revenue. But Meta calculated that about 19% of that money, more than $3 billion, was coming from ads from scams, illegal gambling, pornography, and other banned content, according to internal Meta documents reviewed by Reuters. But after Zuckerberg's input, the documents show Meta disbanded its China-focused anti-scam team. It also lifted a freeze that it introduced on granting new Chinese ad agencies access to its platform. So they knew that we were getting scammed out of $6 billion a year, and they're like, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Just let them do it. Let them rob America as long as we're making big fucking bucks. And hey, this is what they get for their money, folks. This is why they're bribing Trump. This is why they're hanging out with Trump. This is why they're backing fucking Trump. Because it's a big club and you and I aren't in it, folks. Whatever it takes to fuck over us. Everything for them, nothing for you and I. And that is my economy section for this evening, folks. Classy as always. Eat the rich, folks. I don't know if there's ever going to be a revolution, but if there is, it's not because I reported this stuff. It's because of what they're doing. They'll try to shut people like me up and tell you that it's me telling you this is happening that's putting them in danger. But nope. It's you doing this that's putting you in danger. Me telling people is necessary for change to happen. And all right, quick commercial here, folks. Shut up, Dusty. This stuff, it's because of what they're doing. Nice beanie, though, you beanie bitch. Folks, I am a digital busker. That means my entire job is to make free content, put it out there for you guys, and then hope that you guys will support my channel if you've enjoyed what I've put out there. I don't let advertisement on the show, no commercials. I don't have any fucking sponsors, nothing. Nobody tells me what to say. Nobody buys my words. I'm 100% funded by you, the good viewer. So if you've enjoyed my program tonight, could you please consider chipping in a couple bucks? A great way to do it is my Patreon account. First link in the video goes to my Patreon. Click on this button, become a member, and please consider chipping in a couple bucks a month. Not only do you help out me and the cats, but you also keep the world's greatest show alive for another day, and I would appreciate it. But most importantly, you get access to all the after parties, and I got a good after party coming up. One of the best after parties I've actually had in a while, folks. Got a lot of really good clips, stuff that I probably should have put in the main show, but instead, I'll save it for the show after the show, the real show, taking place as soon as this is over. So get your ticket to tonight's after party, please and thank you. And if you're watching the replay, Super Chats and PayPal, aim your camera phone at the QR code and help a brother out. And all right, let's go ahead and read the Super Chats we already got. BBC, sorry I missed a couple of lives. Dude, you ain't never got to apologize to me. You all paid up for fucking ever. I love me some BBC. Clip jump that. I have been a little busy with living. I love you all. And my Dusty family, we love you back, BBC. I will share my adventures on my channel, so I've already seen some of it. Breathtaking. Fucking BBC's living the life, y'all. I might be in the chat tonight, and I have a presents for Jason to ask me. Fuck yeah, Jason. Getting the good stuff. Lucky motherfucker. Kudos to the So True to Life thumbnail. Said Rebecca Poise. Fuck yeah, thank you, Rebecca. Man, you guys don't know how hard it was to make this fucking goddamn thumbnail. None of the programs want to do it, so I had to lie to AI to get it to do what I fucking wanted me to do. So first off, I was like, nope, wrong. That's the video that's coming up at the end of the show. I got ahead of myself. So I was like, hey, AI, draw a picture of Donald Trump pissing on the grave of Rob Reiner. And AI was like, what you talking about, Willis? I ain't fucking doing that. And I was like, all right. All right, here's what you do, AI. Why don't you have Donald Trump with his back to the camera holding a bottle of yellow Gatorade, but you can't see the bottle, and his hands are down by his pelvis, and he's pouring the yellow Gatorade all over an indescript tombstone. And it's like, all right, fine. So I generated about 10,000 of those, and I finally got one that was pretty much this. And so then I blacked out Donald Trump, and I went over to Google Gemini, and I said, hey, Google Gemini, can you put in loving memory of Rob Reiner on this tombstone? And it did it one time, and then it refused to do it a single other time. It was like, nope, it won't do it. It kind of freaked out. It told me it wouldn't do it, but then it did it accidentally, and then it told me it wouldn't do it anymore. So it did it, and so then I combined all these pictures together to make this incredibly fucking awesome thumbnail. So working hard for our art, y'all. Hope you appreciate it. And thank you, Rebecca. Always, always hero to the show. And speaking of tickets, Brian Prenny just gave you guys 5 tickets. If you got one, please give Brian Prenny your love and show up at tonight's after party. Check the community section of YouTube for your link. It's all there. Unlike Ball Temple, you rock that bitty Dusty. Fuck yeah, unlike Ball Temple, I ain't ball, baby. I got hair like a motherfucker. Woo, Temple. Woo, motherfucker. Woo, what you gonna do when the world's greatest hair runs wild on you, motherfucker? Anyway, let me put this hat on. Thank you, comrade. Love you. Swagger and Cat for the kitties. Fuck yeah. I don't know where the cats are. Ain't no cats in here tonight. Where the fuck all the cats go? Oh, there's one over there. I don't know where the fuck the rest of them is. They hide. They probably come out when I start shaking the moneymaker. Thank you. Appreciate you, Swagger and Cat. Scritches to you and yours. 5 more tickets from Brian Prenny. Fuck yeah, Brian. Brian, super generous. You guys got to be here live for your chance to win a free ticket. They give them away here to the world's greatest audience. So come hang out with me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Cole J's, toots, 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 toots to Cole. Love me some Cole. Fuck yeah, woo. Reiner funded the fight for same-sex marriage. All right, sounds good to me. Sound like a cool dude. Like, I'm sorry that he's gone, you know. Been around for a long time. Meathead, always been a fixture in the progressive community. 5 more tickets from Brian Penny. So generous, Brian. Damn. Making me all feel warm in my insides. Casper Gucklin, $2, 2 and 2. Rob was great against Rush Limbaugh. I mean, Archie Bunker, fuck yeah, Rush sucks shit. Even though I used to be a huge fan of Rush Limbaugh. Was reading Rush Limbaugh books when I was 12 years old, y'all. That's what I did when I was a kid. I was a fucking nerd. Not much has changed. Viva Dusty and the Dusty Show. Fuck yeah, Eric Medina. $25 is very generous. And you sexy as fuck. Just joined. Did you hear pro Ashrin Orchowski, who sent Greta death threats, was attacked in Body Beach? Carm, I did not hear that. I don't know who that is, but I don't want anybody to have violence against them, so I'm not going to celebrate it. But thank you, Lizzie. Brian Penny, 5 more tickets. Brian on a roll tonight. He's hot as shit. Holy shit, 50 goddamn tickets. What the F? Planet Logic? Motherfucker. Oh my God, folks, you need to be here live. Almost every person who is here live is getting a ticket these days. You know you want one. All the cool kids are showing up at the after party and hanging out with us. So if you got your ticket, be sure to give whoever gave it to you. Brian, Planet, give them your love and be sure to check the community section. Come hang out with us. And Planet, very, very generous. Send a little something on PayPal. All right, I'm going to read it at the end of the show. All PayPal's at the end of the show, but man, super generous tonight, Planet Logical. I sure appreciate you. What is wrong with my fucking goddamn microphone? God, my earbuds all clicking in my fucking ear. I might have too much wax built up in my ear again. Remember when I got that camera and stuck it in my ear and it looked like the mosquito trapped in amber from Jurassic Park in my fucking ear? Remember that disgusting shit? They clean my ears, y'all. Thank you, Planet Logical. Gonna read your PayPal at the end of the show and very generous tonight. Why the hat, Dusty? Are you okay? Sick or cold? I mean, it's just chilly. It was like 24 degrees last night. And I'll be honest with you. What happened is I took a shower and then it was cold because my hair was wet. And so I put this hat on and then my hair was doing all kinds of weird directions and shit. And I couldn't fucking fix it. It wouldn't lay the fuck down. And I was like, fuck it. I'll just wear my beanie bitch hat like Bald Tim Pool. Jeff is walking, $5. Good news is the Supreme Court will end the tariffs and U.S. will host the World Cup. Huge economy boost. Bad news is Trump will take credit for it. Oh, are they going to get rid of the tariffs? I hope that's true. You must have heard something that I didn't. Brian printed another 5. What? So many tickets given away tonight. So much generosity. God damn it, I love you guys. Gonna bring a chair to my eye. Jimmy Dore has done great work exposing Turning Point USA. Is it the establishment? Is the establishment, you shitheads? Well, good on Jimmy Dore. He got a lot to make up for, that's for sure. And another 5 tickets from Echoes, man. So much generous. Thank you, Echoes. I appreciate all of you guys tonight. You guys fucking rock. And be sure to tune in live, folks, for your chance to win. And also, plenty of time to get your super chat in. Thank you guys for your generosity so far. But if you guys want to have me read your words, going to read all the rest of them at the end of the show. So get them in right now while you still can. But for now, it's time for, we're going to do a little bit of, what the fuck? Got to be Chud Watch. Let me see. I got off track here. Oh, yeah, that's Chud Watch. I was right. A little Chud classic for you guys. Sing along if you know the words. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chud. They make fun of them. Do you guys know that one of the main signs of Alzheimer's is when you can no longer recognize old pictures of yourself? Case in point, Donald Trump. This is real, folks. This is not made up. Fake news from the woke media. That is not me on the photo. Oh, you sure about that, dog? It looks like you. It looks like you and Spider-Man. I don't know what Spider-Man's doing there. The fuck's going on, Spider-Man? Oh, no, you don't hang out with Jeffrey Epstein, Spider-Man. But anyway, that's you, Trump. I recognize you. What the fuck? Anyway, who you gotta believe? Trump or your own lying eyes? Be a good little cult member and don't believe what you see. Then he spent all day obsessing over gold signs and ugly decorations as the economy suffers. Joblessness soaring. People can't afford houses and daycare and to have kids anymore. President Liberace boasted about his new West Wing sign. The new mirror and bronze lettering at the door to the West Wing along the Presidential Walk of Fame, he wrote on True Social alongside. It's so good, y'all. It's the best ever. Look at this gaudy fucking bullshit. Isn't this what you guys should be focusing on? And then look at this shit. Look how ugly this fucking is. Gaudy. But he wants to make sure that everything's dripped in gold from head to fucking toe because it's the Let Them Eat Cake administration. And then he got out there bragging about his new ark, the Trump ark. You guys remember me telling you about that? So they're going to build a big Trump ark outside of the Lincoln Memorial, I guess. The biggest, most gaudy ark on the fucking planet to glorify our dictator, our God man. This is what they're wasting our money on, folks.
Unbelievable on policy. And we have a policy thing that's going to be unbelievable.
Nobody cares.
Should
Nobody
I
wants
announce it
this.
or should I keep it quiet?
Keep it to your fucking self.
I put Vince in charge of the triumphal ark. We're building an ark like the Arc de Triomphe.
Like
and
Noah's
we're
Ark?
building it by the Arlington Bridge, the Arlington Cemetery, opposite the Lincoln Memorial. You could say Jefferson, Washington, everything, because they're all right there. And it's something that is so special. It will be like the one in Paris, but to be honest with you, it blows it away.
I'm sure it does blow.
In every way. And Vince came in one day and his eyes were...
So another monument to our glorious leader. He got the big ballroom, going to have a big arch named after himself. Why not just build a giant fucking pyramid, right? Get it over with. Go ahead and get you some sarcophagus, some, whatever you call those things, sarcophaguses. Is that what you call them? It's horrible. Made of gold and like Russian nested dolls, like King Tut, where you're like in the bottom golden coffin, and there's another one, sarcophagus. Another sarcophagus is a word I can definitely say. Another one on top of that, on top of that, on top of that. That's what I want. Giant fucking pyramid with a bunch of sarcophaguses in it. Nailed it. Perfect. And that apparently he's gonna seize the public golf courses in DC, because why not? This is what this orange goof should be focusing his time on. Sarcophagi. All right, that sounds better to me. Trump plans to seize DC area public golf courses. Donald Trump has plans to get rid of a waste product from his demolition. Oh, yeah, so he's going to seize the golf courses to get rid of all the dirt from his big, beautiful ballroom. Yeah, that seems like a great idea. What a harebrained scheme. Donald Trump has plans to get rid of a waste product from his demolition of the White House East Wing in the form of a new passion project in Washington. Anyway, long story short, he is going to seize the golf courses, and then he's going to renovate them with all this new dirt he has, because why not, I guess. That's what we really need, more fucking golf courses. There should be children playing on them, you fucking assholes, but whatever. I know we're ruled by the worst of us. Meanwhile, a lawsuit alleges an Instacart woman was fired because she wants to run for Congress, and Instacart was like, you can't run for Congress because Donald Trump might get mad, and so they fired her. Because in this country, you're not allowed to do your civic duty and run for office anymore because our dictator might get angry and punish the company you work for. And I mean, I can actually understand Instacart's fear here, because it does sound exactly like something Donald Trump would do. First time in history anything like this happened, where you have to be so afraid of the president and him retaliating against you. But that's the new America, baby. A lawsuit against Instacart alleges the mobile shopping giant fired a corporate employee for running for Congress, citing fears that some of her Democratic positions could lead to backlash from President Donald Trump and Republicans. So the new normal, folks. Don't do anything that's going to upset our glorious leader. Just hide and hope the eye of Sauron doesn't shine on you. But good news, at least according to this, Trump's support among MAGA base is eroding. I hope this is fucking true. America adults largely disapprove of Trump's job performance, with his approval rating at 42%. But how is it still 42%? That's fucking sane. Just shows you, even at 42%, this country is beyond saving, right? And disapproval at 58% in the new poll. Still, though, it should be at least 80% disapproval. If we were a decent country, what the fuck soever. 40% is still plenty for him to get elected again, folks. That was less than it took for him to get elected the first time. So I'm not that comforted by that statistic, to be honest with you. Meanwhile, Texas University is using AI to root out woke courses. Oh, goody. Finally, a good use for AI. A senior Texas A&M University system official testing a new artificial intelligence tool this fall asked it to find how many courses discuss feminism at one of its regional universities. Each time she asked in a slightly different way, she got a different number. Either the tool is learning from my previous queries, Texas A&M Systems Chief Strategy Officer Corey Castillo told colleagues, or we need to fine-tune our request to get the best results. Yeah, you need to use AI more. AI all over the fucking place. It's pretty honest for the most part, but also it hallucinates and it tries to save tokens by lying to you and thinking as little as possible. So yeah, not the best, but whatever they can do to attack ideas they don't like, right? How dare you believe feminism is a real issue that needs to be addressed? Can't have that. Let's delete that shit with AI. Meanwhile, anything that seems like it might be sensitive to women or minorities, anything that seems like it might be a head nod, a shout out, not allowed in the Trump administration, because showing care for other people is seen as weakness. Case in point, Bassett, who is one of Trump's top economic advisor, has removed woke commemorative quarters. The Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, is authorized by law to make final decisions about coin designs, including these 250th anniversary coins, a dime, a $50, and 5 quarters, which are both collectible and legal tender. But his choices ignored the more diverse recommendations for the quarters by the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee, a bipartisan group. To commemorate the abolition of slavery, the greatest thing America's ever done, the committee had recommended an image of Frederick Douglass on the adverse and shackled and unshackled hands on the reverse. To honor women's suffrage, a World War I era protester carrying a Votes for Women flag, and to evoke the civil rights movement, a 6-year-old Ruby Bridges, book in hand, helping to desegregate the New Orleans school system in 1960s. That seems like all great representation for these important causes. Mr. Bassett opted instead for the more general and much wider, for the Mayflower Compact, a Pilgrim couple, for the Revolutionary War, a profile of George Washington, for the Declaration of Independence, a profile of Thomas Jefferson, for the Constitution, a profile of James Madison, and for the Gettysburg Address, Lincoln. Yep, no diversity for you. No head knob at the greatest thing America has ever done, the ending of slavery. No civil rights, nothing. Can't have that, folks, because white supremacy, that's what it's all a fuck about. And are we the baddies? Obviously, I already know the answer to that. United Nations votes 153-1. Guess who voted against it? For a resolution about protecting humanitarian workers. U.S. voted against. Yes, folks, fuck humanitarian workers. So we all know what this is about. They're trying to protect UN and humanitarian workers in Israel, not in Israel, in Gaza from Israel, in Palestine from Israel, who continuously are slaughtered by the terrorist organization, the IDF. But they can do anything they want to, folks. No protection for UN workers, no protections for humanitarians, because we aren't humanitarians. We're the opposite of that. Turning first to the resolution on safety and security of humanitarian personnel and protection of United Nations personnel, the United States takes issue of the safety and security of humanitarian personnel, as well as the safety and security of those at risk, extremely seriously. However, basically they're like, blah, 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 this is just political. We can't let this pass. So yeah, we're the baddies, y'all. We don't give a fucking shit. Largest terrorist organization in history is the United States government, backed by the second largest terrorist organization in history, the Israeli government. And apparently it's going to happen again next month, folks. We're already halfway through this fucking month. Next month, we got another government shutdown. Remember, the Democrats decided to draw their line in the sand. You cannot let 22 million poor Americans, the most vulnerable among us, go without health care. We will not let this happen. You showed up, pass! And so they shut the government down and they stood up bravely. Refused to back down until Republicans agreed. I'm just kidding. They caved immediately. But hey, they got something out of it, though. They were promised a vote. Promised! that if they let the government reopen, Republicans would let them vote on whether or not ACA subsidies will go forward, folks. Now, they didn't promise that they would win the vote. They just promised them that they'd give them the vote, which, is nothing. But, folks, they didn't even do that. Senate braces for another government shutdown because they won't even let them vote. Senators in both parties are bracing for another government shutdown next year after Republicans blocked a proposal to extend expiring health insurance subsidies. So, got nothing. As fucking usual, the worthless goddamn Democrats didn't even get the fucking vote, y'all. Just the most worthless fucking party, I swear to God. Meanwhile, here is another thing they're fake outraging about this week. It's always something, so much to keep track of about. So this was the day before fucking yesterday, before Rob Reiner died. So they were all on the same page. I'm only going to give you a couple examples, but believe me, my entire front page of Twitter was covered with this. They were clutching their pearls, y'all, incensed because Governor of California Gavin Newsom made a joke about Elon Musk's trans daughter, who is 21 years old and has been very, very public about her hatred and disdain for her father. So Gavin Newsom said something true about Elon Musk's grown daughter. Gavin Newsom says, first, he was responding to, I want to see trans kids. Yes, he does. He doesn't want to see trans people erased from the entire universe. And then, so Elon Musk started shitting all over him for saying this. And then his press office said, correct. We're sorry your daughter hates you, Elon. Oh, snap, but it's a joke. Remember, I thought comedy was legal again, folks. I thought only snowflakes got offended about jokes. But of course, they are the snowflakes they're looking for, folks. They all start freaking out. Newsom's press office is run by psychopaths. Using a political adversary's daughter as a political punchline is disgusting. Fake as fuck. These goddamn bottom feeders will make a joke about anything. They'll use the N-word all day long. They'll punch down at the most vulnerable among us till the cows come home. But how dare you say something true about Elon Musk's adult daughter who hates him? Buzz Patterson, another one of these. There was like 90 of these. If a Republican went after Gavin's kids, he'd lose his shit. Kids are off limits, fuck stick. She's 21 years old. She's literally an adult who has gone public saying multiple times she can't stand her father. But think of the children. They're so fucking fake, y'all. Just ridiculous. Nobody's buying this shit. And then, just to amp up the level of patheticness, Adam Carolla. Don't fuck with a genius. Ooh, dude. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, but also the biggest fucking loser. Nobody is scared of Elon Musk. He could do something, but he ain't gonna do shit because he's a fucking pussy-ass bitch. Cringe. That name is Adam Carolla. But good news, folks. Apparently, Texas might not gain 5 seats from their gerrymandering. I guess Republicans are so unpopular these days, they're literally losing these seats that they've historically won over and over again. They just did, I think gerrymandering was in Georgia to try to shore up some seats for Donald Trump, and they actually lost one of them in a historic loss last week. According to this, the Republican plans to pick off 5 Democrats-held congressional seats in Texas once seemed like a sure thing. Not anymore. President Donald Trump's flagging approval ratings, particularly among Latinos, and strong Democratic performance in this year's special elections have changed both parties' assumptions. Now, the cushion the Texas GOP drew in its new map, Trump won every Republican-favored district by 10 points or more a year ago, seems like it might be too small. And oh my God, wouldn't that be fucking hilarious? If they bent the rules, they did everything they could to rig the election for Donald Trump, and they still fucking lost, y'all. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. They're only going to yank that shit from me. I know it. But for today, I'm going to fucking pretend like I believe. And, all right, that is my Chud Watch for this evening, folks. Got a Secret Police coming up, followed by a Charlie Kirk theme song. I know you guys love it. It's coming up. A couple religious bullshit. You guys aren't going to believe what happened. And one Beyond Parody, one Hero. And then we're done, so headed to the after party. So get your super chats and your tickets in. But for now, folks, let me play the new intro. I haven't replaced it yet, but I did it so. Secret police. And yeah, once again, folks, secret police rampaging, terrorizing across America. And they're the Nazis. They're the worst among us. I guess their new tactic is to freeze people to death.
One of them came down. He was put on a stretcher and put in the ambulance.
Like, you're not gonna freeze them to death, are you? Shame of you, shame!
They don't have any shame. They don't care.
No humanity, shame!
Nope.
Let them in! Let them see their family!
It is freezing out here in Minnesota. I'll get the name of the town that we're in.
So basically, they're surrounding these rooftops that have migrants on top of them. And they're just waiting out there in the cold till they freeze to death and come down to their own 2 degrees outside.
But this has been a standoff since 10 a.m. There were workers on the roof, building, working on this house here. They were on the roof.
No humanity, though, folks. That's what it's all about. Sadist, the worst among us, ruling us. And speaking of which, you guys hear about this story?
All right, so this is a strange one. A South Jersey man has been arrested for impersonating a Homeland Security officer. Turns out, according to Washington Township Police, his wife actually is a Homeland Security police officer who was out of town. He used her marked vehicle to respond to a call he made himself. So here is how it all went down, according to Washington.
So put that motherfucker under the jail.
Washington Township Police and the body cam footage that the chief shared with us. On Wednesday afternoon, a Washington Township police officer was called to a home under construction on Strand Avenue to do a property check. So the caller, who police later realized was Nicholas Cabral himself, he lives nearby, and he said the door was left wide open. He's in a marked Homeland Security police vehicle and identifies himself as a Homeland Security officer.
Yeah.
He goes into the home with the Washington Township police officer, and he's carrying a gun. They do a property check and clear it and talk to the construction crew, who says they accidentally left the door open. He goes on his way. The fact that a Homeland Security officer was responding to a call like this raised some red flags back here at the station, so they checked with the agency, who told them that no, Nicholas Cabral is not a member of Homeland Security, and he's not a member of any law enforcement agency, but his wife is, and she was out on a 20-day deployment.
Put him in jail, fire her.
Police were able to check the license plate readers and figure out that the vehicle actually hit those LPRs several times while his wife was out of town. At one point, they can tell that he actually activated the police lights as if he was responding to something. So they're looking to talk to people, anyone who may have had interactions with Cabral while he was.
But folks, you're not allowed to question them. They don't have to identify themselves. You just have to obey whatever the fuck they say, no matter what it is. So scary times we're living in. They want to be Nazis so bad. They want to abuse you so bad. They'll take any opportunity to do it. Meanwhile, the very definition of white supremacy is our new immigration policy.
American people. Exactly. It is heinous, it is shameful, and I'm proud of the fact, which we don't say enough, President Trump has stopped all refugee resettlement into the country. The only refugee resettlement that is happening are the Afrikaners being persecuted in South Africa. American people.
That's right. Only whites allowed. No blacks, no darkest, no browns, none of you. Just white motherfuckers. That's the only ones being persecuted in this world, and the only ones that deserve to come to America. So yeah, folks, they're real serious about the Great Replacement theory. They're real serious about white people not becoming the minority, whatever the fuck they have to do. Meanwhile, U.S. added to international watch list for rapid decline in civic freedoms. Yeah, no fucking shit. Historically, Tijuana said, the U.S. has been considered the beacon of democracy and defense of fundamental freedoms. It was an important pillar of the U.S. foreign policy, even though it was imperfect, both domestically and how the U.S. promoted it abroad. But Tijuana, sounds like Tijuana, believes that the recent actions and statements made by the U.S. administration could empower authoritarian regimes around the world, undermine constitutional principles, and embolden those who want to accumulate power. and increase the wealth and their ability to stay in power for as long as possible. Yeah, it's all eroding. It's all crumbling down among us. But jokes, at least some of the brown and black folks among us are keeping their sense of humor. Some of our fine immigrant brother and sisters. Case in point, this Somalia American woman has taken to wearing her passport on her head to make sure ICE doesn't fuck with her. Gibberish. She's just making shit up. Not a bad idea. I mean, it's the fascist states of America. If you don't want to be harassed, route it up. Don't blame her. What a sad state of affairs it is, though. And then, heroes among us, folks. I love when they hold these ICE Nazis to account. So they found out where ICE was staying, and they went and harassed them at their hotel and made sure they didn't get a good night's sleep. Clang, 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 goes the Charlie. Ring, 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 goes the bell. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Get the ass. Playing the Rocky thing. Getting high now. That's what I hear. Getting so high now. Woo! So you go, fucking heroes. Don't let them get a moment to sleep. And last but not least, a lot of people are pissed off at our politicians. They know they've been sold out. They know they don't have our best interests in hearts. Here's Representative Mike Flood taking questions from his constituents, asking him why we spend so much money on these secret police and Nazis.
My question is fiscal. With $450 million FEMA dollars being reallocated to open Alligator Alcatraz and $600 million taxpayer FEMA dollars being used to now open more concentration camps and ICE burning through $8.4 million a day to illegally detain people, how much does it cost for fascism? How much do the taxpayers have to pay for a fascist country?
All of it, endless. Every penny. That's the whole point. Everything for them, nothing for you. Until you don't have enough money to fight back. Until you have no health care, you die. Of course, this is the answer.
Went to the polls in November, and they had a choice between a Democratic candidate that had an open border, no enforcement, fentanyl.
The border was open because Donald Trump sabotaged the bipartisan border deal written by Republicans and was going to be signed into law by both fucking parties. He specifically said, I'm sabotaging this deal because when the border is still open, we can use that against the Democrats.
Drugs, human trafficking. And they had a choice between that and a candidate that said, close the border. Get illegal immigrants out of it.
He literally said the opposite. He said, leave the border open so I can use it as a political tool against my enemies.
Our country. Stop the fentanyl. Stop the human trafficking.
So just lies, lies. But it's clear he doesn't think your vote count, folks. Let's see if he's right or not. And that is my secret police for this evening. Got a Charlie Kirk section coming up next, and then a religious bullshit. One hero, one beyond parody. So... about over, but got a long ass after party. Excited about tonight's after party. Got some good shit on there, so be sure you tune in tonight. But move right along. You guys have been waiting for this. I know you have. Here you go. Dear Charlie Kirk, I'm sorry you got murked. Dude, you were the GOAT. You preached 428 and some dude who was gay shot you in the throat. You had a lot of takes, and most were super bad, You had a lot of takes, Charlie, and now you're super dead. Woo! And first off, all tonight's Charlie Kirk. Oh my God, it's almost like CBS has an agenda, y'all. Crazy shit. So, as I pointed out in the last show, CBS News has been taken over by Barry Weiss, a centrist Zionist dickhead that was specifically put in place to push CBS far right, the MAGAification of CBS. It's the state-run media. She's also apparently going to be put in charge of CNN before too long. And once Trump forces CNN to be sold to a right-wing outlet, she'll be in charge of that as well. And they turned CBS into the Erica Kirk channel. Erica Kirk all day long. This is what the CBS Twitter account looks like right now. Look at this shit. 25 different posts about Erica Kirk in 24 hours. It's all Erica Kirk all the fucking time. They want you to be constantly thinking about right-wing politics. They want to deify this woman, make her the new saint. So everything they can do to shove this shit down your throat, to platform Turning Point USA, which is just another arm of the Republican Party, that's what they're about. Now, why they're doing this is very obvious. They're trying to rehabilitate the image of Israel. This is 100% about Zionism. And so since Erica Kirk is suddenly on the I Love Israel tour, hawking her dead husband's book about how he did the Shabbat every week, about how the religious rituals of Judaism are good for everybody, including Christians. It'll change your whole fucking life. And Israel has everything figured out and they're the fucking best. Obviously, she's going to platform her as much as she possibly can. I don't think it's working. I think it's backfiring, considering everything I've seen on Twitter, the response to it. But 25 posts in 3 days from CBS featuring Barry Weiss and Erica Kirk. Look at this shit, folks. Look. Endless. The entire fucking news channel, nothing but Erica Kirk now. 100% trying to shove this shit down your fucking throat. But that's why Paramount got their merger deal. This is what they agreed to with Donald Trump. Give him full control of their news agency. So that's why she was put in place. And basically, Barry Weiss elevating Erica Kirk to a religious figure, calling her a deeply religious Christian with sincere, deeply held faith. Listen to her trying to put lipstick on this pig.
Well, she is a deeply religious Christian, and that's a theme that came across quite powerfully in the conversation. I'm not Christian, but bearing witness to something that in her is clearly very deeply held and sincere was quite powerful and powerful for everyone in the audience.
For everybody.
I think the thing that was baffling for many of us that
all this is baffling.
That, I mean, I remember watching it and thinking, I can't understand this.
I can't understand any of it.
She was able to explain the distinction between forgiveness as a personal choice to almost let go of something, to not let it be this anvil around her.
So this is so weird. So she's pretending not to understand the concept of forgiveness. A very childlike, common concept that we all understand. We all know what fucking forgiveness is. But she's like, she was able to explain to me this thing my mind couldn't even conceive of. It blew everything I thought I knew about the universe. Forgiveness. She's able to forgive the person, but still want them held accountable for what they did. I couldn't believe these words coming out of her mouth. Like she was channeling God herself. Like, what the fuck? But this is what MAGA is all about. It's like talking to you like you're a child, because they know that most of MAGA has the reading comprehension of like a third grader. They know they're fucking mental children. So they talk to them like this on fucking purpose. They act like they're stupid in fucking cells because they know that's how they connect with these fucking morons.
And forgiveness in the mode of her faith, and to make a distinction between that and her desire for justice, which is quite different. It doesn't mean that she forgives it doesn't mean that she does not want this alleged murderer
to be held accountable.
Yeah. And I think that's the really, really important distinction.
Yeah, no shit! You didn't have to explain that. Everybody on the fucking planet knows that. What the goddamn hell is going on? But she's trying to make Erica seem way, way more wise. All this much more mind-blowing than it actually fucking is. It's desperation, y'all. And Weird. Everybody's calling her out for it, at least. Doesn't seem to be going well for the new CBS. And then they had the man who asked Charlie Kirk the last question before he was gorked. What would you say to Erica Kirk if you had a question to ask her? So he asked her the question, and yeah, she's real fucking bad at this, y'all.
To decry them, but any good faith effort to stop political violence must hold both parties to the same standard and expectation. So in that spirit, will you condemn the violent rhetoric of Donald Trump, the most powerful and influential person on earth?
What do you guys think? You guys think she's going to condemn the rhetoric of Donald Trump? I don't know. She seems pretty consistent in her beliefs. I bet she'll do the right thing and stand up to Donald Trump. I'm really stupid.
I appreciate your question.
Do you? Answer it. Please.
You know my heart.
I don't know your heart.
Why would I ever say, yes, go murder people?
Okay, that wasn't the question, though. Literally, it had nothing to do with the question.
This is so much deeper than just one. I understand your sentiment.
Okay, well, answer it then.
But this is also so much deeper.
The president is the most divisive politician of all time. He is a bottom feeder, a gutter human who does nothing but put other people down and spread violent and rhetoric that does nothing but bully. Will you speak out against that?
Than just one person. This starts at the home, okay? This starts with family.
So anyway, long story short, Donald Trump is not responsible for anything he does. It's your fault. It's your family's fault for what Trump says. Trump can't be held accountable for anything. No blame is to be laid upon my orange daddy. And yeah, she's a fucking moron.
Erica, as you know, the last person that Charlie ever spoke to was a Utah Valley student.
Oh, that's the same clip, but weird fake tears, dabbing at nothing. And then she's talking about how divided our country is.
Thank you for having me. I was very grateful when you had reached out.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Because
you're literally being given tens of millions of dollars in free advertisement for Turning Point USA and this shitty book by Charlie Kirk. So, yeah, I'm sure you're fucking thrilled.
Was an opportunity to be able to have a conversation that Charlie always enjoyed, being able to have dialogue on both sides so that people could really hear everything that's going on.
Yeah, let's hear some of that dialogue that Charlie Kirk used to be so fond of.
And why is he still in jail? Why has he not been bailed out?
So he's talking about the person that attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband with a hammer, tried to kill. He was going to kill Nancy Pelosi too. She wasn't there, but instead he tried to murder her husband with a hammer.
By the way, if some amazing patriot out there in San Francisco or the Bay Area wants to really be a midterm hero, someone should go and bail this guy out. I bet his bail's like $30,000 or $40,000. Bail him out,
attempted murder,
and then go
hilarious.
Ask him some questions
on the libs.
And why is he still in?
Let's own the libs, everybody. So yes, that's what he got paid to do. He got paid by the oligarchs, by the Koch brothers. Got trained at the Leadership Institute in order to spread right-wing talking points, the narratives the oligarchs, the rich, want you guys to hear, because this kind of shit divides the fucking country. That's the whole point. Keep us at each other's throats so we don't go after the real fucking threat, which is the rich that rule us. And Charlie Kirk allowed himself to be a pawn in their game. They didn't provide enough security for him. They don't give a shit that he died. And now that he's dead, going to use his death to sell you Israel and terrorism. And speaking of which, this is what it's all about, folks. This is why they're platforming her. This is why they turned CBS into the Erica Kirk channel.
Hate is hate. It's evil. Charlie and I have always been very clear on our stance. Israel and Jewish people.
Hey, I actually see some tears in her eyes. I haven't seen one tear about the death of Charlie Kirk, but when it comes to Israel, we found something she finally cares about, y'all.
It's awful. Awful. Anti-Semitism is what healing factor comes out of hating Jewish people? What healing factor comes out of hating Christians? What healing factor comes out? Hate in general. Nothing. Nothing.
So why did your husband make a living spreading hate and divisiveness. Why did you never speak out against fucking that, right? Why don't you speak out against the fucking genocide? Isn't that, like, anti-Semitism is fucking horrible, but all the fucking child murder is way worse, right? But not a peep about that, not a tear for the dismembered bodies of all the children eradicated by the terrorist organization of Israel, right? But that's what it's all about, folks. Rehabilitate the image of these fucking terrorists. And that got removed. I don't know what the fuck it was, but okay, whatever. And that is my Charlie Kirk coverage for this evening. We'll finish on that one. Fake cry like Kyle Shittenhouse. I saw Kyle Rittenhouse got married. He actually got married to a woman that wasn't bad looking. She's all tatted up and whatnot. Some people are into that. But it's a trash world we live in. He got a woman that he would never, ever have gotten had he not murdered a couple people. But that's America for you, baby. If you murder a couple people, boom. Women throwing themselves at you. Reminds me of J.F. Garapay after he murdered his wife. And then he got another, supposedly, I never saw her, but they claimed she was very attractive. Another attractive woman immediately moved in with him. She read an article about him supposedly murdering his wife. So the first thing she did was move in with him and have a kid with him. Because humanity's the worst. The fuck's you gonna do? He's not in prison. No, Kyle Rittenhouse is not in prison. He's newly fucking married. So what you gonna do? The worst among us get rewarded continuously. Okay, I see how that goes. Yes, you do. All right. All right, we're along, folks. It's real quick, but let's get it out of the way, folks. It's time for some religious bullshit. I can find it. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. And folks, you're not gonna believe this. Man, I hope you guys are holding on to your britches, because they finally caught one, and this time it was a youth pastor. What? Oh no! Arkansas youth pastor gets 32 years on child sex charges. Are you sure? A youth pastor? Doesn't sound right. Andrew Apple, 28, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree sexual assault on Monday as part of a plea agreement. He was sentenced to 32 years. I know, no way. This is my shock face. Total in disbelief. And only got one more, but people are starting to notice that Christians seem to have an awful lot of money going to things other than the poor and the needy. Case in point, this megachurch's Christmas play, Breaking Presswood Baptist Church in Plano, Texas, has left viewers skeptical about their intentions after footage of their Christmas show leaked online. Church members were charged expensive tickets and weren't allowed to film the event, which has also led to backlash from Christians. Here's what they're spending your money on. Damn! Holy shit. They got some production values, don't they? Imagine all the starving children you could have fed. Imagine all the homeless. Imagine all the medical debt you could have wiped out. Imagine literally anything else being done with this money, but nope. Yay, Jesus! This doesn't glorify Jesus in any way. This is the antithesis of everything he ever said. But banger song, this is the greatest show. Don't you steal my theme song. That's my theme song. Evil fucking Christians held the no, this is the greatest show. That looks shitty, to be honest with you. You guys got millions of dollars for production value, and somehow it still works in this one-man show I'm doing. So suck shit, Christians. That is my religious bullshit. And all right, I got one beyond petty coming up. I bet you guys already saw it, but it's still funny as fuck. And then I got one hero. It's actually 2 heroes, but it's one clip. But right now, time to finish you guys off the happy ending. Here's your reach round. It's time for Beyond Party. So did you guys see Donald Trump at the Army-Navy game? Oh my God, this guy can't do anything right. Dude can't even flip a fucking coin. You had one job, flip a fucking coin. You flip it. It flips in the air and then hits the ground, right? It's random as shit. Now, here's how Trump, the dumbest motherfucker to ever live, flips a coin, y'all.
Mr. President, would you do the honor?
Oh my God, it went straight up and straight down. What the fuck was that? That's not a flip. What are you doing? Haven't you ever watched anybody flip a coin? Didn't you practice before you went out there and did this stupid bullshit? Just how does he fail at everything? Just crazy as fucking shit. And that is my one and only Beyond Parody for this evening. Literally can't do anything right. I don't think meritocracy is a real thing, y'all. I don't think we elected the best. That's just my observation. And all right, I got one hero coming up. It's a 2-in-1. Let's fucking do it. Last chance to get your super chats in. We could be heroes just for one day. And finish you guys off with these two heroes. Two Army veterans attempting to turn themselves in, claiming they're Antifa field commanders over at the FBI office. They finally found them, folks.
So we're field commanders from Antifa, and we would like to save FBI some money. We are here to turn ourselves in.
I'm part of the Virginia field commander of Antifa. We're here to turn ourselves in.
And I'm the leader of the Antifa QRF force that travels the country. I'd like to turn myself in.
It's so stupid. Okay.
Thank you.
But they know it's fucking bullshit. They know all the Antifa fear is made up, so they're not taking these guys seriously because it's all a fucking joke, even to them.
Army veterans. We are in a public lobby, are we not? In a public place?
Can we film out here? We're still...
This is a public lobby, is it not? The First Amendment says anything by public can be...
But I mean, we're here to turn ourselves in as Antifa, so it's kind of like, we're filming and all, but we're field commanders of Antifa. Apparently we're terrorists. Yeah, we've been labeled as terrorists by this administration, so we're kind of concerned. We wanted to turn ourselves in.
They're not in any hurry to arrest them, are they?
We'll just wait right over here. Ex-civil rights. While yesterday, I was dragged out of an encampment, and then me and Barron and Kate held the line as they fucking pushed us onto the ground, despite our First Amendment permit, despite our permit, our legal protest.
And nobody out there to arrest them, folks. It's almost like they don't believe Antifa actually exists. Huh, curious. And all right, that's my show, folks. Fuck yeah. Big fun after party coming up. If you got your ticket, be sure to join us tonight. And if you don't, correct yourself. Folks, if you bail out, please hit the like button before you go. Very important. Also important to leave comments. Comments help the algorithm. I know it's a pain in the ass. More importantly, if you don't want the show to disappear, throw me a couple bucks. Throw a coin to your witcher, folks. I only exist because of the kindness of strangers. So please help me and the cats out. And all right, got a kitty party coming up. And we have... some PayPal reading. Let's see if I got any PayPals. PayPal.com. It loves it when I talk in my sexy voice. And all right, let me log in. PayPal's so fucking slow. I blame Peter Thiel, to be honest with you. Fucking Peter Thiel. Zombie victim motherfucker. And all right, let's read the super chats. Come on, screen. You got it. Come on. My screen went blank, but it'll come back. I need to get me a new cable, I guess. Come the fuck on. All right, let's read the super chats first. $20 from Dana Moeller. Hey, thanks, Dana. I got your name right this time. Cool. Alexandra Corbiere gave me $5. Fuck yeah. And David Newell. David Newell gave me a big one. 250 smackaroos. Fuck yeah. Get to pay my editor this week. Thank you, David. Chris also thanks you. Dusty, you're such a breath of fresh air. Hey, you're a breath of fresh air. Literally, the show would not exist if it wasn't for heroes like you. So thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you. So generous tonight. I think that makes you tonight. Super chat. Hey, enjoy the world and quit showing up in my dreams, Dusty. I can't. I do what I do. I hope for your sake it's a lucid dream, if you know what I'm saying. And keep up the great work, Dusty. And your altruistic dust balls. Fuck yeah. Best audience in the world. I appreciate you. And Little Furrow, $5 Australian. I got to do my Australian accent now. Go Dusty. Spot on. Cole J, tunes, all tunes. I'm going to scratch this cat's butt for you, Cole. This butt scratch is for you. Dozens of priests in my area have recently been accused of sexual abuse. Oh, I'm sure. All the priests everywhere have been accused of that, I think. It's always the godliest people who do the ungodliest thing. They're the ones that can get away with it because the idiots trust them the fucking most, right? That's why the flies build their spider webs in front of the light. That's where the bugs are. That's why pedophiles become priests, because that's where the victims are. Gotta run. Keep it up, man. I'll be back later this week. Fuck yeah, Planet Logic. So generous tonight. Thank you so much. You fucking rock, dude. Thanks for donating, guys. Oh, DSP. Dirty sexy paws. You might be poor, but you're still sexy as shit, Mexican sleeper. 5 more tickets from Echoes. Hell yeah. All you guys pretty much that are here tonight should have got you a ticket. So be sure to check the community section and come hang out and give all these people your love. And all right, that's it. Fuck yeah, folks. Big after party coming up next. For the rest of you, I'll be back on Wednesday, the day after tomorrow. We're going to try to pull off 3 shows this week. Although I did do 3 shows for the last 2 weeks. I didn't take off not a single day for the last couple of weeks. So Dusty been killing it. But I'm going to try to do another 3 shows this week. No promises, but we'll see what the fuck happens. And all right, tonight's song is At Least We Did This, an original tune by Dusty Smith. Hell yeah. All right, assholes, here you go. Come on, get it. Come and get it. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Oh, you guys are so lazy. Come on. Come on, the rest of you. What the fuck?
Well, we did something big.
There's one right there not coming. There's one right there not coming. There's one right there not coming. There's one right there not coming.
Girl from Mexico.
Too spoiled.
Yeah,
I'm not starving them enough, apparently. Folks, I love the shit out of you. See the rest of you on Wednesday. After party coming up next. Good night, everybody. Oh, at least we did this, ain't it grand? Slapping new names on stolen land.
No health care, no raises, but what a twist. We fixed nothing else,
but at least we did this.
The roads are crumbling, schools are bare. But don't you worry, we renamed the air. Minimum wage, who needs more pay? We're busy renaming oceans today.
Oh, I forgot to do the Cash App. I promised to do the Cash App, but I didn't do it. I got some Cash Apps.
Slapping new names on stolen land. No justice, no safety, but what a twist. We fixed nothing.
Roxanne, call off. $5. Thank you, Roxanne. It gave me another $5. Thank you. And Vincent gave me $5. And Kyle Jenny, I think I already read this. They gave me $50 last week. Very generous. Cash App. $ cultofdusty.
Your job's a scam. Well, we'll call it progress, freedom, hell. We don't need affordable housing when we've got affordable patriotism. So
who needs ability when you can just use AI? You should try it, to be honest with you. Try it and see how well you do.
Fix the map, not the lives they have.
Stupid people have no idea how complicated shit like this is.
Your broken spine. We've got a golf now.
And it's all mine. No, at least we did this. Ain't it grand? Slapping new names on stolen land.
No healthcare, no freedom, but here's the gist.
We fixed nothing else, but at least we did this.
Your wages are stuck, your water ain't clean, but look at this Gulf, it's red, white, and green. We didn't fix hunger or shelters or pain, but hey, Gulf of America, there's something to gain.
Oh, at least we did this, ain't it grand? Slapping new names on stolen land.
No futures, no fairness, but here's the twist. We fixed nothing else, but at least we did this. about that hospital bill or your 3 a.m. shift at the diner. We just renamed an entire ocean ain't freedom gray.
Yeah, AI may not be helping America yet, but you guys better use the tool. If you don't use them, the fucking oligarchs will. Get fucking busy. Or, just lay down and fucking die and let them use the tools while you fucking don't. Goddamn morons. Switch over now! Thank you, little fro.